We might be really short and sweet tonight. So, okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay, hello and welcome. I'm Tammy. That's my husband, Lance. We are the Journey to Keto team, part of the team. We are jumping in and we're going to share our struggles and our wins, and come on and check in, everybody. We're going to be going through, as you can see, I'm a little under the weather right now and I'm struggling. So I've been working on the last week trying to get my chemistry up and going and ready for surgery. So that's kind of what I'm trying to help people through. Is sometimes life just kicks you in the gut. You can't do this perfectly. And sometimes you just got to do the best you can do. So that's kind of where I'm at. We try to help you over your struggles and hurdles and any problems that you may have, to come on in and share your wins, share your struggles, and we help you kind of navigate this chemistry shift as we all get going in it and try to work through the struggles of life. And it's not always easy. Sometimes we go in seasons and it's great and things are going good, and in other times we just really struggle. So it is what it is. It's just, we do the best we can do and hope we can make the best of it. And right now I am literally in that season of trying to make the best of a bad situation. So my surgery will be Wednesday and I'm trying to get my chemistry going, and it's been a real struggle. So this is one of the hardest struggles I've ever had, trying to get my chemistry going for surgery. I'm usually a pro at this because I've had so many surgeries, and this one I'm struggling with. So that's where I hope everybody can I need you guys this time, and it's going to be fun. We're going to do this together, and hopefully we're all going to come out on the other side. I'll take you through therapy with me and recovery and trying to get everything done. But my numbers are awful. My sleep's awful. I'm in pain. I'm having to take meds, and it's just anything that can go against me right now pretty much is. So it's trying to do the best we can do. So that's it. But that's my story. He's jumping in.
I don't even know what to say. I'm just trying to keep up. I'm running 100 miles an hour trying to get everything done before her surgery. I'm her little gopher right now. And
he's my left hand, not my right.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not a right hand, I'm her left hand. But now we're trying to hang in there, trying to stay the course, but it's frustrating right now. So we're not where we need to be. And but we'll get back there. We'll get through this week, and then we'll see where we are.
So come on in, everybody, give us a struggle and a win, and give me any questions that you may have. Come on in, Susan H.
Well, for prayer purposes, it's your left shoulder.
Yeah, we've already done the right one 4 times. So now we're starting on the left.
Oh my God. And we are there with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. That's big.
It just sucks when everything doesn't gel like you want it.
It does. And trying to work, just trying to type and it's stupid things that you just can't pull my own pants up, just all the fun things in life that really matter. It's like, all right, it's time to get it over with. It really is. It's time. I'm ready. I told him if they'd call tonight and say, let's go,
we'll be there.
I would be going. So I've had enough. So, all right. Well, come on in, Susan. Tell me how you're doing.
Well, it's my 7th of 8th 72-hour fast.
So jealous.
Yeah. I'm glad the end is in sight, but I think it's going to be a tool for the future. So, and I'm kind of already looking forward to the next class, because that helped propel me so well that I'm like, can we have it now? I need the class now.
Great. Well, Susan, I will be, as soon as I get through surgery this week, I will be probably starting a new, I have a couple beginners coming in. So I'm going to be starting a beginners and an advanced as soon as I'm able to get back up to the computer. So I'm going to be starting that as soon as we can, but I am just excited to hear, going into those 7 weeks of your fasting, what have you learned the most from the beginning to the 7th? You're getting ready to finish up your first round of 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what are you noticing the most? And what do you think I love what you said about it being a tool that you'll have forever. And most people that going into fasting don't understand that why it's such a win and why we know we can do with it. So tell me what you've learned through those 7 weeks of 72s.
So like, you do feel like, I heard that when you're fasting is used to equate to starving because there wasn't enough food. So your body and your mind got clear and strong because you had to hunt down some food. So it's like after the first like why I don't say rocky day, I say whiny day, of
Mhm.
fasting. Then I'm like, I feel like strong and energetic and happy, but I do think about food a lot.
And that's the
I
mental
used to
game
just
in it.
eat food a lot. Now I think about it a lot.
One step at a time. So that's the mental game in it. So anybody that's learning, you're breaking the addictions and the carbs and the sugars and things like that. As those addictions break, those thoughts will get less and less. But it is such a neat tool to be able to process through. Look where you started and look how far you've come. And it's just, Susan, I am so proud of you because I know you've pushed really hard and you've worked really hard to get there. And that's the
Thanks.
win in it. I mean, it really is.
There's a lot of wins in it. Also, like you even said that you guys, when you travel, you just don't eat. It's like, well, that would be helpful because like when there's just junk around, like, well,
Yep.
you just opt out at that time. So
Yep. You just keep cruising right on through. Don't even stop. It works out great.
It's
Really.
gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to get back into where we were and really rock it out because I know what it feels like, and I know how I feel right now, and I don't like it.
Yeah. And it's amazing how much, I always say once you've done it once and you get your superhero cape on, you learn the difference of that feeling. And I'm just glad you're there, Susan, because there is, there's such a struggle of getting people to understand we're not starving. We're fat adapted. We're doing this. Our chemistry is correct. Do not just jump into fasting and wake up and don't eat tomorrow because that is not what we do.
Not a good idea.
Not a good idea. Not what any of us are doing. We're all advanced ketoers on this group and we've all got our chemistry correct and we're pushing forward. And that's how you learn to use fasting as a tool, not as, it's not a starvation mode. So Susan, I'm just proud of you and I'm glad how far you've come.
thank you.
Now, is this the first time you went through the 72, the 8-week 72?
Yes.
You wait for like time 3 or 4, and you'll see all kinds of crazy stuff happen.
Oh, great. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
He's crazy on him.
I get like energy, like unreal. It's just, I think we've done what, 4 in a row before, something like that, 3 or 4 in a row. And it's just at the end, you just feel amazing.
I rent him out because I can't wear him out. So run a husband, you need a honey-do list done. It's called Lance. He has more energy than he knows what to do.
Not right now.
It is. But you know what? Things that we've learned on it. I don't know about any of you that's kind of went off a little bit. Even my grandson, they've been off this last week or two and they've just had issues and goofing around, having stuff, went and stayed with friends, stuff like that. So my grandson, that is 11. Don't mark my, sorry. 10, 11.
Somewhere around there.
10 or 11. I'm losing track of all of them. He was even telling his mom how he can't believe he's off track and how hungry he is all the time. You can't fill him up right now. He's a bottomless pit. So it was one of those moments of, that's a child. So can you imagine? Our bodies are doing the same thing. As soon as we get off the rails or we're struggling, it's like, there's a reason we eat like we do because we feel so much better. We get full and satiated and feel happy and
You're not hungry.
You're not hungry all the time.
If you are hungry, you get full. Yeah. Now it's totally different. So it's like I gotta get back to that.
Yeah. Good job. Any questions, Susan? Anything I can help you with coming off that?
No, I'm just glad to be here and best of luck with everything. And
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be back as soon as I can get my butt back in this chair. So we'll be back at it. Susan J, come on in, check in.
Hi, Susan.
Hello, everyone. I'm really not struggling. I had some sardines this morning and steak for lunch, and so I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm kind of leaning toward the carnivore end of things at the moment. I feel like I'm not getting enough nutrition because my hair is still coming out, which is kind of annoying, but anyway.
Hey, just roll with it.
No, it would not be a good look on
No,
me.
I'm just teasing. Trust me, I'm teasing.
So, yeah. But I did a 72-hour fast, a week or so ago. But I missed this last weekend. I don't know. Just didn't happen. So I think I'm doing okay. I've got a glucose monitor on. I'm keeping my ketones in the right place. And and every time I do one of the 72-hour fasts, my glucose seems to drop, which is good.
Yep. Have you done any of the 8 weeks in a row yet?
No.
Okay.
It's I think I want to get what can I say, get the diet down and then go for it.
Yep.
Make sure I have my macros worked out. Yeah.
Yep. Keep on track, keep pushing. Don't, as long as you're not going backwards, you're doing good. When you're ready, you'll push forward. You'll be able to do it. Maybe you'll be ready by the next group of them we do. So
yeah, are you gonna do keep doing these? I missed the first 5 minutes, so
keep doing the lives, you mean?
these Zooms, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll always be doing these. Now we may change nights once in a while, a couple times a year. We'll swap it around to see if a night Mondays don't seem to be very good for people, but
your surgery, is that gonna
I'm going to try to get on next Monday. Try to run it by myself. We'll see how good I can do.
I might be able to mosey down. Who knows?
you guys are taking turns being sick.
Yeah, we'll see but that's the plan for right now. So we'll see what we can do.
Hopefully we'll get there.
We'll do what we can do. That's it.
We're gonna keep going as much as we can. We got some helpers lined up.
Okay, well, all the best. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
If not, she's gonna be really funny on pain meds.
Yeah. We got stories on that one I probably shouldn't share.
No, we're not gonna share those.
So, we're gonna get there. Come on in, Mike. Come and check in. Tell us how you're doing.
Howdy, Mike.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm doing well. I also missed the first part, what the questions are. So we're just
give us a win, give us a struggle. Let me know how any questions we can help you with for the week.
got it. All right. Well, just a little kind of where I'm at. Been on keto. It's probably been 5 months now, and so I feel like I'm doing well there. I'm actually doing my second week of fasting. I'm only doing 48 hours, so I'm just immature in this. But so I'm 24 hours right now into my second fast, so I'll have one more day, but would like to do this for 8 weeks and see how it goes.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice. Now, are you doing drboz keto?
I am, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. You'll get through those 48s. It's going to give you a mindset, but I'll just challenge you a little bit. If you can make it 48, you've made it through the hard part, you could make 72. So just keep that in mind as you move forward. You'll be able to, 48's the hard part. So if you can make it there from the 48 to the 72, especially for you men, that's where that magic kind of happens. And you get that energy kicks in, that dopamine, the norepinephrine, all that stuff that kicks in from 48 to 72. Do your 48s and get comfortable with it. But when you're ready, make sure you push to those 72s at least one time and get that group of them done, just so you can feel that difference.
Yeah. Well, last week was my first time ever to fast. So,
nice.
well, I mean, I do intermittent fasting. So I do 16 and 8. I do that, but it was the first time I'd ever fasted more than 24 hours. So
perfect.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job.
I mean, what's Dr. Boss say? It's not a fast till it's like after 36.
Yeah. So you made it.
So yeah,
so
if you can string some of those 48s together back to back, awesome. I mean, like consecutive weeks. I'm not saying 48 and 48, but consecutive weeks.
Right.
Then at some point, just kind of put your blinders on to that end goal. Don't watch the clock. Don't look for your 48th hour or even your 40th hour. Go by how you feel, and you'll be surprised because you'll surpass that 48 and you'll look up and say, wow,
I can go to bed.
I'm at 56.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It'll just kind of carry into that, and you won't really realize it. But you got to stick with what works for right now. Don't try to go too hard, too fast. Just go like your body wants to go. But when you get to that point, just put your blinders onto that end goal and see what your body does. You know what I mean?
He gets a superhero cape on that third day that it's nuts. I mean, it's crazy.
Her and I are a lot different. Her first day as a struggle. I can rock the first 24 hours. That is not a problem for me. When I get to that 36 and 48 hour, that's when I run into my wall, my difficulty of if I can get past that between that 36 and 48th hour in that range, then I'm golden till I'm 72. I mean, it just rolls into it. But it's that, man, I'm hungry, I want to eat. You know what I mean? So it's different for us, but
be mindful of it when you hit that 48-hour mark, and just be mindful of that feeling. And then as you move on and progress on down into those 8 weeks in a row, eventually you're going to be ready. Just, I'm good, and push through. So
don't forget, I will always say this, don't forget your salt, your minerals, stay hydrated, because when you get close to that 48 and push into that 72, you're really going to want to stay hydrated, because it's going to be using up what you got.
All right.
You what?
That's helpful. Thanks.
Yes.
Yep.
Good job. Welcome.
String them together, man. See how you do.
And if I can just say that Life app really helps too. I'm not quite sure why, but it does.
Mental.
Anybody else? I'll post it over in the group again. Anybody that hasn't joined our circle, my circle's called Journey to Keto over on the Life app. And it's just neat. I think it's that little, at that reference point as it goes around, and it tells you, what kind of things you're hitting at each part of your fast. There's something good in knowing that. There's just something refreshing that kind of is like, okay, I'm reaching a goal, or I'm doing something, I'm accomplishing something.
I always like to switch the time. You can switch the time remaining or the time fasted. And when I get right around to that halfway point, I switch it to say, I got this much time remaining.
You're over halfway done. And
that way it kind of says, now instead of counting up, it counts down. And it's just a little mindful help.
The games we play.
Trick, you know what I mean? Hey, I only got 12 hours. I can do it. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Okay. So sorry to interrupt, but so say that again. This is you're putting it where?
It's
you're
called,
you're going to post this?
I will post it over in our group. Are you in my group, Journey to Keto?
On Facebook.
I think I just subscribed today. So I was trying to find where you were at. And
I will post it in there. I'll share it in for that group. For the app, for the fasting app. Hang on.
And it's called Life. It's a Life fasting.
Life.
It's a little heart with like a blue and purple
everything
circle
is signed out now
around it.
And hang on, we're trying to get there.
And when you get to it, it'll kind of look like this, Mike. This is the app. That's when the first screen, it just says Life at the top, and it's a little circle. I don't know if you can see it. It's a circle with a heart on the right side.
That one right there.
It's a little circle with a heart. That's the app you look for. It's a really cool fasting app.
I'll post it over in our group, Journey to Keto, as soon as I can get signed in, because it's making me sign into everything again. Everything's updated. So of course, electronics are going to kill us.
So say it once again. Life app.
Life app.
Yep.
Okay.
And then my circle, when you get in there, they call each group a circle, each fasting group a circle. My circle is called Journey to Keto.
And that you can comment back and forth. You can see where everybody else's progress is. It's just kind of nice to, who's fasting with you and for how long. And it's kind of just that way you can throw encouragement out wherever. So.
Okay.
I think my wife's been on a fast for 14 days.
Every once in a while,
she forgot to stop.
Forget to stop your app.
Goal reached. Yep. 19 days, 20 hours, and 56 minutes.
Yeah. So, okay. So yes, my circle. Jesus. My circle is called Journey to Keto. So I will post it over in the group when we get done, and I can get everything signed in correctly. So I'll put it over there, and I'll take Mike. What's your last name? I got you muted.
Gunnarsson, Gunnarson.
All right. I do remember seeing you. ARSON. Okay. I will do it, and I will tag you in it. But that fasting app, anybody that needs a little bit of encouragement, that fasting app is a nice little tool of just telling you how far you are. Like Lance said, it's a mental game of, okay, you push, then you flip it and you can count down how many hours you have left to go. But again, anybody doing 48s, get that rhythm, get that comfort, get the mindset in there going right. But then when you get to that 48 that you feel like you got it mastered and you're good, keep going. Push through to that 72. You'll have it made. If you can make it 48, you've made it through the hard part. Like I said, Lance rocks out the first day, or I rock out the first day. He rocks out the second day, and the third day we're good. So
Backwards.
You know what I'm getting at.
I rock out the first day. You rock out the second day.
And today we're just a hot mess, so we're good. So.
See, this is why we do good, because we're opposites in most cases, but we help each other out.
It works. So come on in, Wayne. Come tell us how you're doing. Wayne's getting back on track from a big old trip to Taiwan, I think.
Taiwan.
Yeah. So he's getting back.
Over the last week, I was just pretty much giving myself time to reacclimate to the time zone. And, after 4 or 5 days, I did that. So I'm pretty free and clear from that now. Diet wise, I really wasn't pushing myself at all. So over the weekend, I really need to buckle down on the weekends, and I'll do chronometer real intensely Monday through Friday. Then the weekends come and I don't change my diet significantly, but then I fail to track, and I need to be consistent. And I think that's the number one focus I need, is consistency. So that's going to be my focus moving forward right now. Doing a sardine this week, and then plan on going into a water fast next week.
Nice.
So all good.
Good. Welcome home. We've missed you. Sorry I missed you today too. I've been back to back all day. But I think him traveling and coming home, he was in different time zone and everything. So him coming home and getting his sleep back under control and things like that, he's navigated it perfectly. You got to give your body a little bit of grace, get that sleep turned back around, get you back on track, start back with the basics, going back to chronometer. And I think when you're traveling like that and things get harder, and even like he's saying for the weekend, when you are opening up that eating window, or maybe just making a little laxed on the eating window, things like that, he may not be off the rails, but it still affects your chemistry. It still just makes it harder. And those little things matter. When you think, oh, it's no big deal, I just ate a little bit later, or I had, the cream in my coffee in the morning and supper at nighttime, things like that. When that eating window gets a little bit opened up, sometimes it just really is tough. And it really does make a difference, but you got to give yourself some grace to get everything back on track, to start back to the basics and turn it around and get going. So you'll get right back where you belong.
Good.
Good job, Wayne. Welcome home.
Yeah, man.
So come on in, Linda and Rob.
On the other side of the country.
No doubt.
Greetings.
How y'all doing?
Okay.
Good.
Give us a win, give us a struggle, and tell us how you're doing.
There are no wins this week.
I was just going to say they're going to give us struggles. I bet you.
I love the silence.
Our little black dog that used to walk across here.
Oh, no.
She collapsed and died Wednesday morning.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
for Pete's sake.
Sorry.
It's been a tough week.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She wasn't sick. We suspected she had a seizure when we were in Bishop, but we were watching her, and she came down. I got it really early that morning, and she came down, and she was like full of energy, and I was talking to her, and she was happy, and I said, let's go potty, and I started to walk her to the door, and she just collapsed.
Man.
I'm so sorry.
That's enough to throw you off a little bit.
Yeah.
That's the way I hope to go.
Right.
Susan.
Me too.
I just don't want to suffer. You know what I mean? I
On the
have
way to the
get
potty
my
and
mom.
go.
She drove until she, a week before she died, she was still driving. So
Wow.
Yeah.
this is, This is the power of this. And you're sad when you lose somebody, but especially somebody you really love. But
Well,
Absolutely.
our fur babies are part of her.
Mine, and she was my companion dog, and
Yep.
and I lost the first one in March, so I've lost 2 in 7 months.
I'm sorry. That's awful. There are fur babies and that just stinks. So cortisol is going to be high. Your sleep's going to be messed up. All those things are going to be doing it. So a little bit of grace, some prayers, and don't, give
Take a
yourself
breath.
time. Take a breath. Don't jump off the rails.
The sleeping has been a big issue for me. I've at least 2 nights this last week where I was awake until after 2 and up by 5 or 6. So anyway,
be gentle on yourself. Give yourself a little bit of grace, and do the things to help you heal. Journal, make sweet memories. Journal about your, there are babies. They really are. So do whatever you can do. Pictures, whatever you need to help you heal. Use it. Don't be afraid of that. We'll all be praying for you. That's rough.
Yep.
So
go back to the basics.
Take a breath.
Yeah.
Yep.
Back to the basics and just hold on tight.
That or
we
Rob.
We got chicken feet today. I went to Bible study. We went out and did our grocery shopping, stopped and got some chicken feet to make broth. So
You can make up a big batch of bone broth with the chicken feet. Yep.
Nice.
It's what you need. It works the best. It really does. As much as I hate to say it, it makes the best broth. So I've got stocked up too. So it's one of those things. Use your tools. Use your tools in your toolbox. Same thing with going into surgery and everything like that. Use the tools that you know how to use. So if you need some help right now, you're not sleeping well, you're not making ketones, use your BHB, use the MCT. Use all those little tools. Get that bone broth and sip on it, salt it down so you're getting all those electrolytes in. Use the tools that you know how to use.
That or Rob can use some cast iron. Either one.
What's it can do? Beat her in the head with
She'll go to sleep.
that's what I figured he was going with that.
I wasn't sure either on that one.
I've been threatened before.
It's a shame osmosis doesn't work with sleep, because I can say, okay, time to go to sleep, and I'm out.
Are you out? That's
I
him.
can just get out. Yeah.
That's him. He is out before I can get a comfortable breath.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
But I'm sure. Yeah.
It was funny because Susan H. We was talking about chicken feet, and I think she was like freaking out about it.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's see, who was Kevin? Oh, Kevin was talking about it, clipping the toenails off of it.
That's not right. I ain't trip. Yeah, I'm not.
That's just wrong.
Yep.
That's just wrong on so many levels. They just go in the pot and them cooking them babies till I can't identify them.
Yep.
And then they get strained out. Does make the best broth though. So.
It does.
Yes, it does.
It does. Susan, I don't know if Susan's believing us or not down there, but
have you done them yet?
No, I've gone into making the bone broth with the carcass. And they always say, do you want the chicken feet? I'm like, no, not yet. Not yet.
Yes,
it's so
you do.
gross.
Yes, you do.
oh,
so where do you get the chicken feet?
We're blessed to live in a farm community. So a couple things you can do. If you have a local butcher, you can go to the butcher. If they butcher their own chickens there, they will usually have them. If you don't have access to a butcher, the next step is if you have any farmers around that are butchering, they will save them for you because most people don't want them. The next thing is our grocery store. We can go and order them, but the grocery store orders them in, and our grocery store makes us order them by the case, and they're called chicken paws.
Chicken paws.
They're not called feet. So when they look it up on their order list, they're called chicken paws, which makes it even worse, right?
That's what those are.
But anybody that butchers and stuff like that, we're blessed to be in a farm community that I have access to all the carcasses and feet that I can get my hands on. But there's still times you got to do some searching for them if nobody's butchering. So they're worth sometimes an Asian market. If you look for that, they will have them, stuff like that. So use whatever resources you can get, because
we've got a Carditas. It's a Mexican market.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
They've got a whole section of them. Yeah.
And they really do, though. It does make
does
it
make a
does make a
difference.
difference. I don't know
Yes.
what it does. Don't ask me. I'm not that scientific, but it works.
But I will say too, I let mine simmer for days, literally, because I'm going to get every ounce of gunk out of everything.
We go crazy. We do
I
two
do 20
20
canners.
quart
Canners at one time.
stainless steel canners at one time on the stove, and it's on the stove for like a week.
I mean, I let it simmer till everything's disintegrated.
I mean, you take the bones and you go to pick a bone up, like a steak bone or whatever, and it just falls apart. So
I get the bone marrow out of the femurs and everything. I'll scrape the bone marrow out, get all that all the gristly ends off the chicken bones and all that kind of stuff. So I look at it this way: if it's not on the bone anymore, it must be in the broth, which means it's going in my body. So
Yep.
at this point, I need all the darn help I can get. So we're gonna take the win and drink the bone broth. So use it as a tool. But my point in that is use all the tools you can right now, Linda. Don't go off the rails. Don't, get yourself right back on, because the longer you stay off the rails or stay off track, the harder it is to get back on. Yep.
Yeah.
So jump back in, do the best you can do.
We're getting all prepped up, and we've got a cupboard full of sardines and mackerel too. So we're
Nice.
good there.
Yep.
I'm out. I got to restock.
I got my mackerel. He's out of sardines. So we got to get him stocked up, because I'm thinking next week after surgery, it's going to be
24/7.
It's just simple, easy. There's no cooking, no cleaning, no nothing, and I can open that can. But again, we know how to use the tools. Don't forget to get your MCT capsules out. Use your BHB. Use the tools that you know how to use, and help your body. I mean, it's the same. Doesn't matter what that stress is. I'm stressed out from pain and surgery. You're stressed out. Your heart is broken. There's something to be said about that. So use the tools to help your body right now. You need the help.
Yep.
Don't be afraid to do that.
Hold space and take a breath.
Yep.
We got
So it
this.
feels like I've been holding space and taking breath forever.
Well, as soon as I get through the surgery, we'll push together. How's that? Give yourself a week or two, and then we will push together, and we're going to get back into that fasting, and we're going to get back in that routine and get things moving.
Yep.
So I hate feeling the way I feel this way. There is night and day difference.
Sometimes seasons last longer than they should.
Yeah.
Just because it is.
I keep saying, what is God trying to teach me right now? Because there's got to be some lesson that every time I take 2 steps forward, I get whammied in the forehead by a board or something that stops
Or a
me.
shoulder or
Shoulder, something gets whammied
a
again.
heart attack or
something. So it's just, we got to keep going where we can go. But there is a time that it's like, good Lord, I'm tired of crap, and you got to deal with it. You just got to push, do the best you can do, lick your wounds for a minute, and then you get up and you start again. You can't stay down long. It'll easily snowball backwards the wrong way and get going in the wrong direction. So don't let it do that. Take a minute. Not an excuse, not forever, but it's hard. Life sucks sometimes. It's just hard.
Yes, it does.
Yep.
We'll be praying for you. We
One
love you.
thing is, we're not giving up. So that's the important thing.
Yep,
Right.
absolutely.
Sometimes you just got to get that warrior mentality. And I'm working on a blog post right now, and that's what it feels like going into surgery, going into dealing with life, whether it's your family stuff happening. My brother's back in the hospital, things just when life happens, sometimes you feel like you got to put your warrior mentality on, your armor on. And
Kind of weird because life has been getting to us too. And we haven't been able to put the steps together to get her where she wanted to be before her surgery and ketosis. So it's just like one of those crap, and we just got to do what we got to do. So
do the best we can do and push. Gotta ride this one out, and
it's a heck of a ride.
Right.
Yep. Like you said, put on that armor and keep marching forward.
Yep.
That's what we can do. That's all we can do. Yep. How's it going over there? Any questions over there?
Everybody's quiet over here
Everybody
tonight.
being quiet.
But some people are just listening, which is good.
Tell us where you're listening from. I want to hear. I want to see where's everybody from over there.
Okay, there you go.
See if anybody gives us. Everybody gets quiet. Any questions over here that we're missing? Did anybody not sure what you're doing for the week? Anybody not have a plan? Anything like that going on that you don't know? Okay. If everybody does have a plan, everybody's good. What? Oh, Olivia, did you have a plan?
No, you haven't talked to Miss Olivia yet.
Oh, Miss Olivia, come on in. Our rock star. What the heck?
I was like, what? Don't forget Olivia.
That's okay. I'm fine.
She's got it. She's the only one winning right now.
Well, I don't know.
DVR of 4. She's got this down pat.
Well, the win is I've made it through 7.5 weeks of consistently being in ketosis,
Nice.
which is the first time ever really that I've gone consistently that long. So that's a win. And last Wednesday, my ketones went up to 10.8. And so I was kind of happy about that. That's the highest I've ever had.
How did you feel when that was that high? Did you feel fine?
Lots of energy. Yeah, I did.
Oh my gosh. I might get everything cleaned at one time if I had ketones that high. That would be awesome.
I did a sauna the day before, and I guess maybe that's why, but it's like 3 weeks in a row they've been above 10. It was like 10.1, 10.4, and then 10.8.
Your husband's got to call you Ricochet Rabbit when you get like that.
He was encouraged to go with me to the sauna, which is the first time. So that was kind of cool that we experienced that together for the first time. So that was on Wednesday when I got off the 6th week of the 72-hour fast. And then Friday, the grandkids came over and everything was fine. On Saturday morning, my DBR was 50. And then in the afternoon, the children wanted peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh, man.
And, and I have a little area for them in the pantry because, they're not keto, neither are the parents. And so I was making it, and I've done this a lot of times before, and I don't get tempted whatsoever, to have any of it. And that's been for a couple of years at least. And I don't know, for some reason, I put like a half a teaspoon on my tongue.
Peanut butter?
Yeah. And yes, just peanut butter. And that's all it took. By the time I knew it, I think I had eaten like, I don't know, I didn't measure it because I kept eating it, but it was probably at least 2 tablespoons. And then the worst thing was that led to eating some dried fruit, which I hadn't done that in forever. And so Sunday morning, my glucose was 107 and my ketones were 0.4.
Oh, wow.
Isn't it amazing how fast it will take you?
Everything
So
went into the ditch.
I know that made the DBR 266.
But Olivia, think of it with peanut butter. Most people think
wins.
peanut butter. Most people think peanut butter is a keto friendly food. It's on all the packages and everything, but that is such a good lesson. Peanut butter is not necessarily anybody's friend. I don't know many people that can get away with it for too long. So
and I knew it wasn't, but it's
Right.
like, I'm a carb addict. So once I get going, it's
That
like
stimulation.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
you just go on to wanting something else. And so I was highly disappointed in myself for doing that. So that was Sunday morning when the DBR was that high. So I did take some MCT oil capsules a couple of times that day. And after about 6 hours, I could tell that my glucose was probably down because my rings were loose. So I went ahead and checked it. And by then it was like 6 hours after. So I was back in ketosis.
Nice
But
rebound.
Nice rebound. That's showing how flexible your body is becoming, of being that consistent and everything, that metabolic flexibility everybody's searching for. That's showing that you're achieving it, that you're getting there. So good for you. I mean, that's a win. Don't keep trying it. Don't push the button.
Don't just see how flexible you are.
But good for you for using that flexibility and getting right back in. I mean,
it's so frustrating because I had done so well, and just to have that happen, and I
but
want
still a DBR of 50, you're still winning.
Well, that was that morning before I had.
Before she went to 256.
Right. Oh, that's true.
And the bad part was, the peanut butter tasted good, but it didn't taste as good as I remember it.
That's another win.
Really a good thing. So
anyway, I was wishing I had some pucker up, but I don't have any.
One of the little tricks that I use, especially when I'm cooking for the kids, I have a mask and I will wear one of my masks that's floating around the house. I will wear because I taste everything. I cook and stir and taste and season, and I can blow a fast really easy and not even think about it just by tasting. And it ticks me off when I do something that's stupid. So if I'm cooking for and the kids are here, I can put a mask on and remind me not to put food in my mouth. It's just a habit.
That's a good idea. The other thing that happened was my granddaughter, this was a win in a way, but that same evening, my granddaughter had some popcorn, and she and my husband were eating popcorn, and popcorn has been like one of the hardest thing for me to give up. But it's been quite some time since I've had it, and I could smell it, and it's just
endorphins going off.
but I didn't give in. I was like, no, the peanut butter was bad enough, and the dried fruit was bad enough. But anyway, I did start the 7th week on Sunday after all of that, and so here we go.
Yep.
There you go.
Good job. And I think, Olivia, I always teach you about being the rock star, because I think you've learned how to go in and out, work over the hurdles of life, from vacations to, I remember through the 21 day when you went on your anniversary vacation and came back the next day and jumped right back in. Those things are huge. Those are big wins of getting a mindset of knowing you know how to do this for a lifetime now.
That's what I was going to say. The mental aspect of it that's kudos to you. To be able to do that, say, yeah, I did. I like you did. Yeah, I had peanut butter, but you know what? Boom. Okay.
Yeah.
Right back into it. Take off again.
And I bet you every veteran on here will say, the longer you wait off track, the longer you put it off, the longer you stay off track, the harder it is to get back on. I think. I really
absolutely.
It's just jump back in. And I think there's a grace to be said about that, of moving into the holidays and things coming up. Look at your calendar, make a plan. If that one day is going to be the one day you're going to have a little bit of something that you wouldn't normally ever have, there's 2 ways of doing it. He's an abstinence. He's either all in
or I cannot do it.
I can do a little bit, but you have to know who you are and what affects you. But make that choice. Go into each of these holidays coming up. Be thinking of it. Go in with a plan. If you're having Thanksgiving dinner on Thursday, no Thursday, you got a plan. Friday, you're going to wake up and get back on track. So have your tools. Make sure you're stocked up on pucker. Make sure you've got your MCT capsules, all those things. So the day after, you're ready to get right back on track. They're going to help your body out for a day or two, and then you're going to get that chemistry going again.
And not just the day after. Prepare yourself before. You know when Thanksgiving is. You know that date. Prepare up until then. You know what I mean? You could get yourself in the best position before that.
Yeah.
If you plan, you know what's going to be at Thanksgiving dinner. Aunt such and such is going to bring that pecan pie and set it right in front of you. Or
and
that
he's
pumpkin
the
pie.
whole thing.
And you have to plan for it. So get yourself in the best position if you plan to do that, and then get ready to jump right back into it. You know what I mean? You got to get that mindset. But or you can be like me and say, don't even bring that by me. No. So.
But figure out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, figure out who can you relate to? Which way can you do it? Can you go mildly in, go enjoy a couple bites of something and move on? Or are you an abstinence? Or are you going to go for it for one day and get off, get back on track the next day?
Be lucky you only had 2 teaspoons of peanut butter. I'd have found the bottom of that thing.
It was at the bottom. That's the problem. It was at the very bottom, and I thought, I can't leave it.
There was only 2 teaspoons left.
I can't put it in the recycle bin like that. I just kept scraping.
Oh.
I know. But, I want to get to the, like you said, Lance, I want to get to the mindset, but I want, because this was like, for me, unexpected. It wasn't like I had planned. And I knew the children were coming over, but I didn't really expect that there was going to be anything that was going to tempt me. So I want to get to the point where if something like that shows up in front of me, that I don't fall for it. Because it was like almost mindless. I just started digging. And I'm like, and I just tasted it, and that's all it took.
There you go. Just remember the phrase, "Be gone, Satan." If it comes in front, be gone, Satan.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
Thank you for everything. And I'll be thinking about you during your surgery.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. That what she's talking about with the kids coming in and it being that mindless thing, that is where mirror neurons come in. That is literally the mirror neurons from how many years of kids walking in and eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And you just mindlessly will do those things. And think of how many times you're mindlessly acting or eating or tasting something when you're cooking or what. That's just mirror neurons.
How many times did you happen to do that over the past umpteen years that your kids were coming over that you did? Yeah, you had a scoop of peanut butter while you made your sandwich.
No big deal.
I mean, you didn't even think about it.
But the cool part of it is we're going to build new neural pathways. We're going to build new mirror neurons.
Break that mirror.
And we're going to break that habit and we're going to replace it with a good one so that you now know you can't, just as that one got established, you can establish one for the good. And that's the win of, I think, the long-term goal of all of this is making those long-term mirror neurons that are going to kick in and help us build health instead of tearing it down. So
I'm going to wear that mask.
Right?
There you go.
It's the only place I'm wearing one is in my kitchen, but I'm going to can't stand them. But all right, how we doing? Everybody still good?
Yep. We had one. Let's see. Tammy Crandall said she was listening from Oregon. She's staying with her daughter.
Nice.
So
well,
we have Oregon. I think Mike G is in Modesto, California, over there with Linda and Rob. Wayne's in New York. Olivia, you're where? Texas, right? All right. And then the Susans. Where are the Susans from?
Los Angeles.
LA. Okay, we got another California.
In Nashville.
Nashville. All right. Heart of the country. Oh.
And we're Ohio. So
Yeah.
hey, we got a little bit of everything. That's awesome.
We got it covered.
See, we just need to travel to each other now and hang out and visit. We've been trying to connect with Wayne and Vicky for a year and can't find a damn weekend we all get together.
We're gonna have to take this show on the road.
Right. No doubt. All right, guys, stay over in the group. I will try to connect as soon as I'm coherent and not making a fool of myself on cheap drugs. I'll be over there. I'll try to keep up on Facebook as much as I can.
I'll try to get at least a post up. We don't know what time Wednesday. So I will let you guys know as soon as I get results and that kind of thing.
Yeah. We're not sure enough. I'm getting scoped or opened up. So we're kind of not, we're all up in the air right now. So it's one of those that just needs to happen and get over with. But I love you guys. I appreciate the prayers and I can't wait to get back at it. So I'm going to need you guys to help push me when we get going again, because I'm awful on medication. My body hates it. I react bad. So I'm hoping to have a better outcome this time and we're going to move forward in it. But I appreciate all of you and we have a good night.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.